Morning, everyone. Jim Adkins here from Adkins Results Coaching, reporting in on a Friday. How you guys doing? How was your week? I know it's not the weekend yet. Well, I guess it kind of is the weekend, but we have a saying around the Adkins household here, happy Friday, whatever that means to you, right? Okay, good. So today I just wanted to touch on a couple of things for you and just kind of thought process. It was put to me as a question probably a couple months ago, and I really never got around to answering it. And one of my friends who was also a coach, a spiritual coach, she said, do you think that how you do anything is how you do everything? And I pondered it for a minute, and my knee-jerk reaction is absolutely. How you do anything is how you do everything. And then you start getting specifics. Let's go through a couple of things real quick, and you tell me what you think. Don't be afraid to leave comments. I love to respond to comments, and it'll all be positive. I won't let anybody bash you, I promise. So you can keep your anonymity if you need to, or you can contact me privately and let me know what you think. But I love to share ideas. How you do anything is how you do everything. Just to preempt the end of this video, too, I'm going to talk about the cure for road rage. Stick around for that. Okay, so I made some notes. How you do anything is how you do everything. Do you finish what you start, or do you leave it for others? I think that, we talked about finishing your sleep cycle or starting your day positive by making your bed. It's said that if you make your bed first thing in the morning, you start your day with a positive, and when it completes a task, when you come home, it's one less thing you need to look at or do, and it gives you that sense of completion of a goal right away. So even though in the conversation it's to start your day, listen to the verbiage, it's completing a task and making it successful. So I think that's finishing your sleep cycle, right? So do you get up and do you make your bed? If you live with someone else and you share that bed with someone else, if they're still in bed, do you make your side of the bed and leave the rest for them? If you're the last one out of bed, do you just leave it unmade? How about this? Dishes. If you live in a household and you have the benefit of having dishes or food in the house, and I hope you do you eat and then leave your dishes? I've seen jokes where online where people will set their stuff on a table and it'll magically get taken care of. Well, I've got kids that usually do that, or used to do that, or still do that, where they think they can put their dishes on a certain part of the kitchen counter and they magically wash themselves and put themselves away. Do you complete what you start, or do you leave it for somebody else? One more example of that would be, and I tell my kids this when I teach the kids in class, I throw something down on the floor and I say, if this is your house and there's something on the floor, how do you take care of it? Do you walk and then step over it and keep walking, even if it's yours? What you're really saying is, I'm more important than anybody else in the house. My time is too valuable to bend over and pick up my jacket that I threw on the floor. I will leave that for somebody else. And that's do you finish what you start? So how you do anything is how you do everything. I would be willing to say that if you can't finish what you start, you might want to look at what it is you're starting and maybe slow down the amount of projects you start. But for me, if I have an idea and I feel drawn to that idea, I move toward it. And I put it in application and I apply it if it's important, if it deems worthiness or value to what it is that I'm doing or where I'm headed in my life. I start it, and I will not finish it if I get to a point in the thought or in the action that proves to be not beneficial. And I'm very careful about whether it's I'm just giving up or I'm truly, this is not the right direction. And I had a video about that. You can go back and look through them, or I'll reapproach it next week. That how do you tell the difference between a sign to change directions and a sign to stop because this isn't beneficial? We can go back over that. But so how you do anything is how you do everything. Do you finish what you start? Number two, do you focus or give attention? And we talked about focus. We talked about concentration. And one of the things that I brought up was, and recognized from another teacher of mine, was that we harp a lot on, and we tell people to concentrate, and we tell children, you need to focus. How often do we actually stop and take the chance to teach people how to concentrate, teach people how to focus? We tell them to, or we're told to. Have you ever been taught to do so? So I gave you an exercise on concentration and how to increase your focus by just simply picking one person to give all of your attention to during the day. And it's not, what's meant by that is not, okay, all you do is sit and think about that person, but when they're in your presence, you give all of your attention to that person. Eye contact, you listen actively, you love, you share, you focus. And they'll move on and your day will move forward. If you continue that practice, you grow your concentration skills. So if you don't concentrate, what are you really saying? If you're listening to a conversation and you're only half listening, you're really not giving that person the respect that they think that they might deserve. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's saying, I'm too self-centered to pay attention to what's going on, or what's happening around me at this current moment doesn't fit the program for what I am doing. And that's okay, isn't it? So this is one of those hiccups for me where how you do anything is how you do everything. I can concentrate in a room full of people on everybody. I can also concentrate on nobody, because sometimes what I am going through will be more important than what's taking place around me. So how you do anything is how you do everything. Loophole, right? Let's go to the next one. Do you brush your teeth? Have you brushed your teeth today? If you're not willing to get up and take care of your oral hygiene, just normal. I mean, it's nothing major. You don't have to go into the supersonic cleaner and for 10, 20, 30 hours cleaning your teeth. But if you can't do a simple task like that, what else is ailing your body? What else are you willing to give up for time, action, simple satisfaction, food, whatever, extra sleep in the morning? If you don't brush your teeth, what else are you giving up to take care of yourself? How you do anything is how you do everything. You let me know. How about love yourself? This is a big one. Okay. It's been said, and I believe this. There's probably loopholes in here too, but listen for a second, because this is a tough one for a lot of people that I coach even. If you don't love yourself, how can you let others love you? And how do you truly love others? If seriously, if you don't love yourself, the love that you grow within you, you can share. And I know some people argue, no, I love my wife, I love my husband, I love my significant other, I love my children way more than I love myself. Well, that might be a truth, but that probably isn't very much if you don't love yourself. This much is more than that. It doesn't mean it's a lot, right? So learn to love yourself. And if there's something about your personality, your habits, your body, your mind, your intellect, whatever it is, that you don't like, it doesn't mean you don't have to love yourself. You can love yourself and change it. So loving yourself is a big one. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you have love inside, you have love to give. That makes sense? Good. Work out. Save this one for last, because I know people don't like to hear people harp on working out, but do you work out? And when you do work out, do you work yourself to exhaustion, or do you get close and quit? If your goal is to change, you push past the point of comfort. It's necessary in everything. Now, you can get comfortable with anything, right? But let's talk about pain, or let's talk about exhaustion or puking in the gym. If you work to a point where, let's say you're lifting weights, because I'm using that as an excuse or an example for me, and I do this, and you're lifting, and you know that 2 more sets or 6 more reps or 5 more reps is going to hurt, and it's going to make you tired, and chances are you may not even get the 5 reps you need. So you quit before that. Oh, that's good. I don't want to hurt myself, or I don't want to, I've got other things to do today. I can't be tired right now. That's an excuse, and it's an excuse that sets you up for failure later on. And it's a buffer for failure. Follow me here. When you fail, if you truly didn't try hard, That's your excuse for failure. And you'll come back to it every time and go, well, had I given it all my all, I would have succeeded. Had I given it everything, had I pushed that extra, had I done the extra day, had I gone the extra mile, had I, there's your excuse. Next time I'll try harder. Give it your all right now. And if you can't, do it anyway. How you do anything is how you do everything. Okay. Good. Let's move into road rage. How much time do we got? A couple minutes here. How many of you suffer from road rage? How many of you have been the victim of road rage? Okay. And what I mean by that is you've committed a mistake and people have taken it out on you, or you've witnessed a mistake and you take it out on them. Road rage. Well, the cure for road rage, are you ready? Get your pencil, get your paper, take a breath. Stop driving like a jerk. That's it. Follow the rules, follow the laws. Stop driving like a jerk. This is the cure for road rage. There's more here, but that's the simple answer. Follow the rules. If you're late, if you leave your house late to get to where you need to be, you don't speed to make it up. You're late. Be late. Don't put other people in danger because you're an idiot, or because your alarm clock didn't go off, or because there was an emergency with the kids, or whatever it is. Don't put other people in danger or risk. If you're late, you leave the house, you're late getting to where you're going. Just accept it. Call ahead and tell. And if you've got a boss who won't accept that, you may be working for the wrong person. Unless you're chronically late and you're just a bad employee, then that's your fault. Okay? Get up on time. Leave the house early. Expect road delays. Pay attention. That's one thing. How you do anything is how you do everything, right? Number two, allow others to make mistakes. When you're driving, and I see this a lot, I travel a little bit, and people make mistakes. I make mistakes. Not because I'm not paying attention, but because I may not know exactly where we're going, or you get past it, or whatever it is. But when you make a mistake, you wished other people would allow you that leeway, right? That little mistake, and it's not chronic, so allow them to make mistakes too. Drive your perimeter, not your dashboard. Okay. And one of the things that helped me get past that to cure road rage was my kids learning to drive. And most recently, my son, who just had a birthday. He's 21. Happy birthday, Jimmy. But my youngest son, when he was learning to drive, I started looking at other drivers, and they go too slow, or they go too fast, or they slam on their brakes, or don't use their turn signals. And my thought went as I was flipping the bird or giving him the nice hello, what if that was my son? What if this was a young, new driver or an older driver who's lost or confused in the area? Would I want people to do that to my son or my mom or my wife? No, I don't want people doing that. That's not nice. It's not rude. It makes things worse. It gets people nervous. And then there could really be an accident and somebody could get hurt. Somebody's child could get hurt. So I started looking at every little mistake on the road as, first, what if it's a new driver? Do I really want to tailgate somebody for going slow because they're a new driver? That would make them very nervous, and it could cause issues. So by me allowing them a mistake and the ability to be a new learner, a new driver, takes away that pressure to respond and react negatively. It's one solution, right? Can we all do that? I think we can. I think you understand what I'm saying, right? So cure road rage: one, stop driving like a jerk. Two, take your time, leave the house on time, or be late. Just how it is. Calm down, enjoy your life, and then start looking at other people as new drivers or new children until you pull up on them and the jerk is texting on their phone, or they're distracted by. I've seen people reading newspapers driving a car. I couldn't believe it. I didn't get out and kick their ass or take the newspaper away from them, but I made sure they knew I was looking when I pulled up next to them. I didn't flip them off, but think about that. Reading a newspaper while they're driving down Garfield in Traverse City, 45 miles an hour, I think. South Airport. Anyway, that's the cure for road rage. Do you follow me? Do you agree with me? Do I have anything else on here? Okay. And when you're driving and you're distracted, here's something that came up when I was talking to a friend of mine about this. Net time. We talk about net time, and I'll let you go because there's no extra time, right? Net time is no extra time. And we learn to manage our no extra time in our car. We listen to self-improvement tapes or CDs or programs, or we listen to podcasts, or we're on the phone and we make those phone calls. There are hands-free devices that make that easy. Don't stand around or sit around in your car and try to navigate the phone or something like that while you're driving. Pull over, set it up, get the call moving, and go. Or answer the call by voice. You don't have to fumble. Put your phone away, hook it to your no hands device. If you don't have a no hands device in your phone, you don't get to use your phone in the car. Stop it. Pay attention. Other people's lives depend on your ability to take care of yourself in that 2,000-pound weapon that you're throwing around on the road at 55 and 60 miles an hour. All right, you guys. I love you. Take care of each other. It's January. I hope you're having a good year. If you like what I do here, please give me the thumbs up. Share it with other people that you think would benefit. I will be back here on Fridays, to my best ability, every Friday about 8 o'clock, and we'll talk about things that you want to hear, as well as some of the things that I'm learning. And I've got some pretty cool things on the agenda. All right, you guys. Until next time, Jim Adkins saying, on your mark, get set, be nice.